booties for black girl nerds.
Hi, Jeandra. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm great. How are you doing, George?
I'm good. I'm isolated in LA. Where are you?
Isolated in Inglewood, so
So, you understand.
same general vicinity. It's such a pleasure to talk with you. You do so many variety of roles. It's no exception. We spend this time with Augustine, and we hear him say so many times, "I'm the wrong person. I'm the wrong person." Why is he the wrong person?
Well, I think that he has spent his life filled with regret and has done everything to avoid responsibility in terms of family. And so he doesn't consider himself now the person to suddenly be a savior. Um, and I think that that's an important theme, which is, I know a lot of older people who have lived with regret, and it's a toxin, it's a
Mhm.
cancer in them, because as you age, regret becomes really difficult. And so, I always like the idea of redemption in those cases.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we look at him, he's still a very formidable man. He's having some health issues, but he is strong and he still has some will to push on when he's met with some different challenges. And he really is a hero despite the rough exterior. What was the most rewarding part about playing a character like this? Because he's so layered and he's so interesting. So what was rewarding about him in particular for you?
I just like the guy. I like the character that's lost. I like characters that have somehow lost their way and circumstances meet the man. Uh, we talk about this often. Like you'll talk about, Joe Biden right now, and you go sometimes sometimes the moment meets the man, and we require that. And there's this guy, the moment has met him and he has to somehow rise above it. He's very reluctant to do it, which I always like reluctant, sort of heroes along the way.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking, George, you're a very active figure with your social commentary. You're very involved and you very tuned in to what we as a people are doing in culture, not just here, but abroad. You're just one of those people who are very tuned in. When you do a film like this that talks about these apocalyptic type of conditions, given our current climate, is there any reservations? Are you feeling nervous? How do you feel as we're on the eve of the world getting ready to see it?
Well, when I first started pitching the film, I thought that this is a film that deals with what we're capable of doing to one another if we don't pay attention. If we
Mm.
don't pay attention to science, if we don't pay attention to division and anger and hate, we're capable of destroying one another. It's a fairly fragile thing, humanity. Um, then once COVID hit, when we finished the movie, and I was editing, it really became about our ability to communicate with one another, our ability to talk to our friends and family and be close and be home and be with our parents and be with the people we love. And the inability to do that has great effect on us as we now feel, and it had a great effect on these characters. And I felt like what was important was that, like in the movie, there is light at the end of this tunnel, and we see it. It's within our reach now. We see vaccines. Looks like there'll be 4 vaccines if the Johnson & Johnson one comes through. So that means, we have a real chance of getting ahead of this finally, this virus, and then, and we're going to be entering into a phase, a portion of time where the leader of the free world doesn't call the press the enemy of the people. I think that that's a light at the end of the tunnel, if you ask me. And I feel like in this film that there is redemption and there is some light and there's a lot of work to do, but there's a way there now. We see the lantern at the end.
Absolutely. Even if it's in the snow, like
Yeah,
Augustine has to get through. Thank
yeah.
you, George, for your time. I enjoyed it very, very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Good to talk to you. Thank you.
You too.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.